Yeah, here we are again. And why are we here again? Because we are still doing a very important job over this weekend. And that's why my friend, Courtney Sampson, who is the Provincial Electoral Officer for the Western Cape, has left, oh my liewe aarde, you've left the bridge of the Titanic, and you see by mine, eh? Because we just want to encourage you to realize how important it is, if you haven't registered, to go and register again so that you can vote. Courtney, sing me something. Why must we vote?
You know, I think it's the first and most important act of citizenship to vote. You know, so I think that it's important. I can't imagine a life at the moment of not thinking about myself as a South African citizen. We continue to focus on so many of our secondary identities. But that first identity of being a South African citizen is what drives us to the vote.
And you know, you've just said it there, because I said this to my grandchildren. Voting is the most selfish thing you're allowed to do. You're not voting for Madiba or for your parents. You're voting for yourself, to find someone out there who will make your dream come true. Yeah?
Absolutely.
And we've got a little ribbon running under here with all the numbers you need to actually get answers to your questions about what to do today, if you still don't understand. Courtney, what is a municipal election? What's the difference between municipal, provincial, and national?
Look, municipal election is the closest to us that we get in terms of making sure that our streets are okay, that the parks are there for the children to play in. You know, it's really bread and butter issues for us. So it's critical for us to be able to go into a voting station and vote for a person who will represent us on the municipal council.
Now, you mean a person as opposed to a party?
That's correct. It's a very important point that we must raise now, because in a local government election, a municipal election, people outside of metros will have 3 ballot papers. The one ballot paper will have the names of political parties on it. That's the proportional representation one. Then there will be a second ballot paper, also with political party names. That's for the district council, a percentage of the district council. And the third ballot paper will have the names of individual people who may or may not belong to a political party. So some of them may be representatives of political parties, others may be independent candidates. So they stand on their own. That ballot paper will then have the names. Now, from that ballot paper, we will be electing the person who will be representing our ward on the local council.
So it's important to find out who in your local government is doing a good job, and find them and make sure that you keep them there.
Well, I think that's the pre-election thing. But I think that will become easier for people when the campaigning starts. You know, you're going to have posters with the faces of people on, and people recognize the people they know inside their wards and so on. It's good to do some homework on the policies of political parties and so on as well, and to forge some form of relationship. But I think it's also the post-election, the keeping, holding of people accountable. You know, once you've elected your representative, then I think one of our failures as South Africans is we don't hold them accountable. So I think that's most critical.
Well, I tell you something I've always done. I've kept a cell number of my representative, and if they don't do service delivery, I phone them at 3 o'clock in the morning for the next 4 years and keep them awake until they do their job. I think service delivery actually starts with municipalities.
That's where it starts, and I think that's where we have the most contact and control as South African citizens, you know, just to be able to exercise in our immediate vicinity how the changes can be managed and how the environment can be managed that we live in.
Well, I just want to say to all the people who are sitting at home and thinking, oh, my macht is, I never thought about the importance of being involved. Yes, you're involved. This is a democracy. It's not easy. We've got to be aware of freedom that is fragile, and we've got to protect it by being there, and we have to protect it by being part of the future and not always look back into the past. Courtney, my fingers is gekruis. I am excited that today, not just in the Western Cape, but all over South Africa, will prove once again that the people can lead, the people will lead, and then the government will follow. Baie dankie.
Great stuff. Bye, Lucky.
Evita, Evita, and you know what we mean. Evita, Evita, always on the scene. Evita, besaid een hoed, Evita should be queen.